Well, thank you for coming on my show.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. And I heard from you, I heard about you from Lester, and he talked great things about you.
Oh,
Um,
thank you. Let's call him the connector.
so can you tell everyone about yourself and how you got, your films and all that stuff?
Sure. My name is Nadira Panky. Everybody calls me Naz. And I'm a screenwriter, director, producer, just a lover of creating content. I take a lot of the content I create is based on my experiences in life, my journey, other people's journey, my interactions with people. And I take all of that and create hopefully compelling stories that will inspire people, make the world somewhat a better place, bring understanding and enlightenment. I believe the purpose of film is to, just like writing, well, the purpose of writing is to persuade, inform, and of course, entertain. And I try to bring that through my production company.
That's amazing. Thank you for telling. And then you recently made a film.
Yes.
It's on Tubi. And what is your film about?
My film is called Gerald's Hands, and it's about a man on the spectrum has lost, who has suffered a tragic loss, and he's trying to keep his norms like we all do. You know, he's going through those 5 stages of grief, and he's trying to hold on to his home and the love of his life, and he had to overcome many obstacles as we all do. So this story brings awareness to autism. It brings awareness to bullying. It brings awareness to domestic violence, and it's all about inclusivity, and it's
Mhm.
all about love. It's all about friendship. One of Gerald's famous quotes is "Friends don't hurt friends." So that's what it's about. Just love and just teaching and making this world hopefully a better place. And I hope to do that through the content that I create.
Well, that's amazing. As
Thank you.
to host this reality talk show is I am anti-bully. I'm anti suicide prevention. Unfortunately, I'm not afraid to talk about this, but I suffer depression, but I lost three forms of suicide. Um,
Sorry.
losing three forms of suicide is tough, and that's when, especially for me, it's very important when somebody like you or other people make films about real life situation that happens to people. And
Yes.
I believe
Yeah.
that when we make films about anti bully or anti suicide,
Yes.
people we're changing people out there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
Yeah.
very important for me.
Yes. 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 And I love that because I think for me, what started me making these type of movies, like you said, you're very passionate about suicide and suicide prevention and awareness. For me, what made me start to create the stories is I've been through just such a rough journey throughout my life, rough life. And I was like, okay, Lord, what's my purpose? Because I've been through it and I made it out of it. So what's my purpose? Because I see people going through the same things that I've been through. So I want to be an inspiration. I want to use the pain, the hurt, the things that I've seen and things that I've seen other people overcome and
Mhm.
overcome. I want to use that to inspire people to keep going because, like you said about suicide, sometimes things could be so hard in life.
Hmm.
So sometimes people feel like they have no way out but to go, but to leave this earth. And I don't believe that. I believe that we all have a purpose, no matter how hard things get. And that I want to be that inspiration for the hopeless, the people who feel like there's nowhere else to go. Just a quick side note, I used to be very suicidal when I was a young girl, 11 years old, and also as a woman. I used to have all kind of thoughts like, I'm gonna jump in front of this train. I'm gonna jump out the window. Why am I living, and extremely depressed. So I even know what that feels like to be it to get to that point. And it's just a bad place to be. It's a dark place to be. It's a bad place to be. And so I could you show people realistic things that's happening in the real world and that you can come out of it because this character in this movie came out of it. And here is how that's what I want to do, and maybe it'll touch and help somebody who's struggling and who's having a hard time.
And it's very important because, you talked about your story, your depression, and it's very
Mhm.
important that we talk about stuff like this
Yes.
because my show, not to brag about me, but it's about you. But my realtor talk show is it's about talking about awareness like this. Make people laugh, make people cry, but also talk about issues like this, anti-bullying, anti-suicide. And I'm doing it because we are not talking enough. For me, this is me
Mhm.
talking enough about depression or suicide prevention. We we as all as human society, entertainment industry or not, we need to talk about it. I feel like that um, we are afraid to talk about mental health. We shouldn't be afraid to talk about mental health, and it's an issue for me.
Yes.
Shouldn't be afraid about bullying as well.
Mm.
We when we bring up that topic, those two topics, especially, everybody freezes and then they talk about something else. You could be
Mhm.
in a room about maybe 90 people, maybe less, for example,
Yeah.
and you're sitting in a room and you hear somebody saying, oh, well, I suffer depression. And, somebody in that room or the whole room may look at you and say, well, we don't believe in mental health. That's nothing. You're not suffering mental health. Oh, no, we don't believe you're being bullied. And,
Mm.
you know,
Mhm.
that right there bothers me. In that
Mhm.
entire room, for example, when you're having that issue, it's like, wait a minute, you're okay telling the person that message?
Yes.
Okay to tell someone's child? Are you okay to tell someone that? And for me, it's like that's an issue. It's like we cannot talk about that.
Yeah.
We have to talk about that, right?
You have to. That is correct. That's
And
right.
if it, a voice matters, change matters, right?
Yes.
If
Yes.
if
Absolutely.
if change doesn't happen,
Mhm.
society doesn't change, right? So
That's
as a film for as you as being a film producer or
mhm.
director, excuse me, and as myself being a talk show host, we
Mhm.
as us people in the entertainment industry as a family,
Mhm.
we are making films to show awareness
Yes.
out there. Audience or fans or strangers are watching films and they're realizing or hearing us talk about this and they're going to be thinking, wow, I am not the only one going through this.
That's right.
That's the answer
Mhm.
to. And me,
Yes.
I will leave it with this is that we are not talking enough about it.
Yes.
About my suicide prevention. I know people notice it. I am very serious. We are not
Mhm.
talking enough about it. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter what age, we are not talking enough about it.
Yes.
And true story is that you can read about on internet. The Golden Gate Bridge. People, and I hate talking about this, but I'm bringing it up. People used to commit suicide. They used to jump off. And there was
Mhm.
a police officer that saved a man and their friends still this day. That's the story you want to hear
Mhm. Mhm.
when we're talking about mental health in San
Yeah.
Francisco. That is
Yeah.
glorifying for me. So
Mhm.
you can start your own community from New
Mhm.
to all the way to Mountain Miami to all the way across the whole United States. It doesn't matter where you live, Mexico, Canada, Japan, South Korea, Europe. We are here to, I can't forget about Hawaii, but we are here to talk about issues like this. We are speaking for these people, and we
Yeah.
don't speak for these people.
Mhm.
They will think, oh, I'm the problem. You're not the problem. If you're watching,
Mhm.
you are not the problem. I promise you. I'm
Yes.
here to tell you there is a solution.
Yes.
The solution is we need to talk more about it. Make
Yeah.
films
Yes.
about it.
Yeah.
Especially, it doesn't have to be in the entertainment industry. People are like, well, what entertainment industry we can. I said yes, it's true, I agree, we can make films and talk about it 24/7 on TV or all that stuff. But
Mhm.
thinking about regular life basis, school,
Yes.
elementary school, high school, college, work
Mhm.
life environment, when you take
Yes.
your film about bullying, that's an
Yeah.
issue bothers me. We
Yes.
cannot stand for bullying. You
We
know,
cannot. We cannot.
Ian, and it's the truth,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
and you cannot just sit there and watch that happen. And
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
that's where it's gonna come in my issue I was talking about. Sorry, I'm very
I love that.
um
Yeah,
the bully leads into depression.
it does. It does.
Depression,
And then in Gerald's hands, you see that
mhm,
I showed Gerald is not coming from a place of wealth,
right.
and privilege. He's a man that's in a poor, very poor neighborhood, humble
Hmm.
environment, and he's being called all type of names. He's being bullied by the neighbor. He's being bullied by his love interest, ex-boyfriend. You just see the different forms of bullying because there's different forms, of
Yes.
it, of people using their power to try to put someone else down, to hurt and humiliate someone. And I show it in Gerald's hands and how it affects him. So I love that you said that, because bullying does lead to depression, but not only depression, it leads to extreme low self-esteem.
Yes. Amen.
Because after a while, the victim begins to believe it.
And amen what you're saying, but also what I'm gonna say, it leads to, and I hate to say this again, to suicide.
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
How many times, and I get very serious about this. I'm very passionate about this.
Hmm.
How many times do we have to watch the news and you hear somebody, a young child, elementary, middle school, or high school, that dies by suicide because do you find out they were being
Hmm.
bullied?
Bully. Yeah, bully. Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
the big question.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're
So.
thinking, and that for me, it,
Hmm.
that for me bothers me.
Yeah.
We need to stop. We need to stop. But I will end with this real quick. It's this the problem is you rewind from the very beginning what I was trying to say is that we are not talking enough about it.
Yes.
Schools need to talk more about depression and
Hmm.
and suicide prevention.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm. I
counseling,
agree.
but there is also a phone number, 988, new number, easy. People
Hmm.
call. You can
Yeah.
call, and there is a solution. And that's what I want to say. So your
I
film,
love that.
um, I
Yeah.
saw your film, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for
Powerful.
watching.
It's powerful. And that's why I'm bringing this up because what you just said earlier brings up the point that we need to talk about. But it comes from different angle.
Yes.
The solution is also the film that you made also kind of goes into what I was trying to say. It doesn't have to happen in school. It actually happens in real life, at home,
Yes.
work, in
Hmm.
wherever you are.
Neighborhood, just your environment. Yes.
That's the problem.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
and I'm a big fan of Ellen DeGeneres, but this is what I say. She said be
Yes.
another, and I say, be kind to one another. And I say, be kind,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes. Be kind to one another. That is
and
correct.
and that's the thing. We have to do that because
Hmm.
we are here. We we are put on this planet, on this earth. Doesn't matter where you're living,
Yeah.
here to change people.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Change.
That's true. Absolutely. To
For
change,
me,
to
when
make the
I
world a better place, to make the world a place that's livable and comfortable and happy for everyone, and not just one group or one race or
when
one community, but
Amen.
everybody,
When I lost my first friend to suicide, I was a sophomore in high school,
Mhm.
and devastated me. Devastated me. You
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about enjoying freshmen, enjoying
Mhm.
life, enjoying everything, and then
Yeah.
you get hit this big brick wall, right?
I'm sorry that happened to you.
And my whole high school life froze. I was stuck in that lifetime. But and you losing a second friend and you losing a third friend, and that's when I was like, wait a minute. I my I don't talk about this on my show, but my life paused.
Mhm.
I was standing in a corner of a room,
Mhm.
right? And it's like, what happened to me?
Yeah.
And I was like, my depression was kicking in, it was getting worse after my high sophomore, and it continued and continued. And I paused for a minute. My brain was going on circles. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was going on with my life, and it's like, it's like, okay, what am I doing? And I actually forced myself to sit down. I was like, okay, I gotta sit, right?
Mhm.
I'm a big fan of Lady Gaga and Adele and Taylor Swift, so I listened to those three songs with my headphones on, listening
Mhm.
to them, and just closing my eyes. And I was like, okay. And listening to Taylor Swift, listen
Yeah.
to Adele, listen to Lady Gaga. My brain was like, okay. And then, it's like I took off my headphones, I stood up and I said, okay, I cannot get back in that moment.
Yes.
It's like that moment got there
Mhm.
and got there. And that's when I said, okay, what do I need to do? Right.
Mhm.
When I realized, okay, I'm going to fight this. We need to do something. I need
Yes.
something. Me, basically.
Mhm.
Anyone, but no. I said, we are going to do suicide prevention. I'm going to speak
Yes.
about this. And still doing it with my show. So that's what my passion is. We are
Wonderful.
here to change.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's
That's it.
wonderful. That's a great cause. That's a great cause. That's a great way to live your life. To
You
help.
know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I will end it with this because if I didn't sit down, putting headphones on, listening to music, I don't know. I think I would have changed. I don't know. I think I would have gotten deeper.
Yes.
And I saw that coming. I was sitting just sitting there and I was like, okay, my brain is still spinning in circles. And it's like, okay, this is not good. Like you had things speaking to you. So
Yeah.
okay, my left side, my brain's saying something, my right side, my brain's saying something. And it's like, okay, I'm my good side's losing this battle. I mean, I could tell. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
emotions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, okay. And that's when I put my headphones on. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I stood
Mm-hmm.
up and I said, no, I am me, myself. I told my brain, I told my soul,
Yes.
body, no, I,
Mm-hmm.
I put down and we are fighting this. We are gonna go out there and show people,
Yes.
random strangers in the street,
Mm-hmm.
people, ladies and guys. And, even if they don't say thank you, it doesn't upset me anymore. It's like, it's like,
Yeah.
it's okay. It's,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I, and I in my, sorry, speaking so much, but I went into with this, but I was in the store,
Mm-hmm.
saw a mother and a daughter, and her credit card didn't work. It was like a $90 bill. And I was standing right by there and I just watching it and she was crying in
Oh, wow.
the
Yeah.
store. She left the store. And I walked up to the cashier
Mm-hmm.
where the kindness of the Realty Talk Show comes in, but not to brag my name, but
Mm-hmm.
I the cashier and I said, how much was her grocery?
Mm-hmm.
And well, first I said, can you get her back? I'll pay for it. And he said, are you sure it's $90? I said, yes, please get her
That
back.
was nice. Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
her daughter comes in, the mother comes back, and I said, put my card in, and I paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
She just started crying, and she said, "Thank you so much. It means so much to me."
Yes.
I just smiled and I looked at her and I said, "You're welcome."
Mm-hmm.
She see her going out in the parking lot, and she's looking at me, and she's still saying, "Thank you so much." And I'm like, you're getting in the car, and it's like, wow, that could have been a movie because you don't know what that mother is going through. You don't know if she's single. You don't know what's happening. She's probably going to depression. I don't know. But all I'm just saying for me It's like I made a moment for her. And it's okay if she can't pass it along, but I'm just showing her that there is kindness. And I smiled the whole entire time when I did it. I was not upset.
Yeah.
And that's a kindness. And I was showing
Hmm.
her
Hmm.
there's people here. Her daughter
Yeah.
must have been 4 years old, and 5 years old. And
Hmm.
I don't know if that was a week food or 2 weeks food for them, but I
Wow. Yeah.
did it for them. It was, there was a lot. So,
Hmm.
and that's one like your film again. uh,
Hmm.
It's bringing awareness.
Yeah. And
So,
also I
all,
want to go back to if you don't mind, let me chime in. I want to when I thought about suicide, I didn't hear voices. I just was thinking um really dark thoughts about ending my life and what would be the best way to do it. And I was exceptionally depressed, and rightfully so. I had so much going on in my childhood that that was a normal reaction for anybody who had been through the things that I've been through, to be depressed and even suicidal. And what got me out was prayer. At the time, that really helped me. There was no one for me to talk to. There was no one around to encourage me. There weren't any shows like yours that I could turn on and watch at the time and get inspired. I came up in the 80s and in the 90s. So things were a whole lot different then,
mhm,
and the world was just at such a chaotic place, especially in the South Bronx where I'm from. It was so chaotic then, very, very divided. Not the way that we are now, which is lovely. Everything was segregated even during that time in the 80s, and a lot of crime, a lot of police brutality, just a lot of drug addiction, the crack era. It was so much going on that no one was really focused on me, a little child that was going through so much in life. So there was no one for
mhm,
me to turn to. So I love that you have a show that focuses on bringing awareness to for suicide. Like I said, prevention and awareness, right? And that you also shared that listening to music, and the songs that you listen to inspired you, and it changed your mood and it lifted your spirits. And you might think that's insignificant, but somebody who's watching and maybe going through the same thing, that might help them, live to fight another day, and then live to fight another week and a month and a year and so on. So that's really great information. I just wanted to add, for me, I prayed, and prayer really helped me. And also having my sons that was dependent on me, my siblings that were dependent on me, having somebody to depend on you, and that you're responsible for, that also I think helps give a lot to purpose and everything. So yeah, that's really good. That's really
and I
good.
appreciate that because I will say this is that we as human society,
Mhm.
you know, um, we need to pick up a phone. You can't tell I'm holding it right now, but we
Oh,
phone,
yes,
you can see it. We can
yes.
pick up a phone and we can call and text
Mhm.
them. Hey, we can hang out. Let's go. Let's have breakfast.
Mhm.
Let's go see
Mhm.
a movie because you're thinking of them. You're,
Yes, yes, that's so true. Yeah.
for me during the pandemic, I will say this, real quick, is that it bothered me, but also
Oh, and not being in the house a lot.
yes, but
Mhm.
I enjoyed it,
Mhm.
kind of binge watch.
Mhm.
So I was going through my phone and I was like, wow, I haven't texted this person. I haven't called this person.
Mm.
You know, and you're calling and they're kind of rude and kind of not, but they're like, hi. I It's like, you say, I'm sorry, how's life? How's your family? And you start this routine. It's like,
Mhm.
wow, I realize I haven't acknowledging them. You're
Wow.
focusing, right?
Yeah.
How do you describe it? It's like, wow, you're
Mhm.
acknowledging them. So it's like, can we,
Mhm.
it's like, what can we do? What can I?
Yeah.
So then when I said, no, hey, you want to have coffee? You want to have dinner?
Yeah.
Guy or girl? And they're like, are
Yeah,
you really asking me this?
because that's the
It's
human
like,
interaction. We need
right. And it's
human
like
interaction.
you go see them and you see the big smile and you're wearing masks, but you take it off outside and you're like, you see the smile and you see how happy they see you, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, hey, and you apologize. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not an excuse. I'm here. And then now everything back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized, wait a minute. I still do it. I still talk. I still text. I still try to hang out with them. I try to go see what they're doing because you want them to know their knowledge. It's
Mm-hmm.
you can't you can't ignore them, right? And it's like that's what I was trying to say. Text, call, see how they're doing. And it's like, you could be going for lunch for 1 hour and it's like, hey, I am I'm at lunch for 1 hour. You wanna meet me? Or
Yes.
come to you, or hey, I'm coming home from work. I know you got home before me. I just thought we can go get coffee. Or, oh, hey, there's a good movie out in theater. I know it's Saturday night or Friday night. We can go to two movies, Friday and Saturday night. You wanna, maybe we can do that. Oh, no problem. Or, you know, bench watch. Hey, I know we wanted to finish watching the show. Let's finish.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you're gonna make,
Yeah.
and that's what you're saying. That's how you're gonna show them it's
Mm-hmm.
living. People care about you.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. That's how, and again, is what you do. Love is an action word. It's not just a word. It's a beautiful word, but it's an action word, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about. I called a friend of mine earlier today and I said, it's been a long time since we hung out. I would love to see you. So she and I we're going to do breakfast or something, I'm old school. I'm not from this new generation where everything is text you know, and email. I'm from pick up the phone and call, like you said, meet in person.
Hmm.
And I don't do that with everybody because I'm more of an introvert. I'm not an extrovert. So I don't have the energy to just meet up with everybody. But I have my close friends and, I try to maintain a good, healthy relationship with them to encourage them and also for myself. I mean, it's just
Right.
we need human interaction. We're not built to be by ourselves and isolated off to ourselves.
Hmm.
That's why I understand when you said with COVID was really, really tough because everybody had to kind of like be isolated and stuck in the house and live in fear and all that anxiety and stuff. And that's not how we're built.
Right. That's not how it
Mm-hmm.
is. So now this is where it is.
Mm-hmm.
When, but your movie is powerful, and I
Thank you.
thank you
Thank
for making
you.
that
Thank
film.
you. I hope to be able to create more impactful movies.
Hmm.
As long as it's impactful, as long as it's reaching people and people are thinking and talking about it and becoming better, as long as it's doing something to make the world a better place, I feel like I'm on the right track.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. It just won a
I,
Telly Award. I don't know if you know, but Gerald's Hands won a Telly Award for Best Social Impact Film. It came,
yes, I was gonna bring that up.
yes, it came in next to Post Malone. I was like, whoa, go Gerald's Hands. And so I'm just happy that someone from the Tellys, it was judged by the judges of the Tellys. So that's really important because, the Telly Awards, you have the people that judge, and then you also have the Telly judges. So the Telly
Hmm.
judges chose Gerald's Hands, and it's a beautiful honor, just to win an award for best social impact film is fantastic. So
And
hopefully
that's what I love. That is amazing.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the whole team, for all of us. Like everybody who was a
Yes.
part of it. I tell them you are all Telly winners. Everybody who was a part of helping to bring Gerald's Hands to life, because I didn't do it by myself. So
That,
everybody's a Telly winner.
that's amazing.
Thank
I'm so
you.
proud of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And and you're based out of Atlanta.
I am. I'm based out of Atlanta. I'm from the South Bronx now. I'm a New Yorker all the way, but I am in Atlanta. Atlanta is my home. My film team and I'll say my film family,
Hmm.
My friends are here. My sons are here. I have two sons, one that's 24 and he's autistic, and I have one that's 19. So I have two amazing sons. They're here in Atlanta. So this is our home.
Your home, but your real home is in New York.
Oh, I'm a New Yorker all the way. You hear when I talk. When I talk, you hear the accent. So it's just that's
I
me. I'm a
do, I
South
do.
Bronx girl. Yeah, I'm from the South Bronx.
Do people in Atlanta, when they hear you talk, do they think,
Oh, right away. They know I'm not from here right away. As soon as I talk, because my accent, because I'm from New York, New Yorkers already have an accent, but now I'm from the South Bronx. The South Bronx has an accent unlike the other four boroughs. So New York has the five boroughs, Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten
hmm
Island, Manhattan, and Queens. The Bronx, we have our own accent, aside from Queens, from Brooklyn, from all of that. So as soon as I talk, you hear it because our accent is so strong from the Bronx. So yeah, it's who I am. And I love my accent. I love being from New York. I love everything about everything, the things that I hated about my life. I love it now because I'm able to use that
hmm
to help other people. And that's really what it's all about. Is all
Very
about,
true.
helping people. And I try to do that in my content the best way that I can, and I
Yeah.
pray a lot and I ask God, hey, whatever I do, let me touch somebody. I don't have to touch
hmm
everybody because you have your audience. Everything's not for everybody, but as long as it's touching people and it's making a difference, I'm gonna keep going on.
Right.
Keep
Amazing.
doing it.
And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm proud of you as well. And I'm honored to be on your show. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Like I said, I found you through Lester. And
Yes, the connector.
yes, he talked about you. He actually talked highly of you,
Yes, yes.
talked about your film, and he said, I need to have you on my show. So
Oh,
reached out to
yeah.
you. You gave me your
Thank
contact
you.
information. And I can't
Thank
wait
you.
to have you back on my show again soon.
Yes, thank you. And thank you to Lester too, for I'm happy that he made the connection.
Yeah.
He's a great person. He's a wonderful person.
Yes,
So
he
it's an
is.
honor to have someone like him talk highly of me. I
hmm
appreciate that. Yes,
Well,
thank
you're
you.
very welcome. And of course, thank you, Lester. And he's a great guy. And I appreciate
Yes,
you for recommending you to be on my show.
yes, yes. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And
Yeah.
thank you for coming on.
Absolutely, absolutely. And hopefully we'll get together again. I'll be following you and checking out more of your episodes and looking for more from you. That's going to
Yes.
make this world a better place.
Yes.
Give a real shout out, please. Anybody who's interested, you can check out Gerald's Hands. It is on Tubi TV and Amazon Prime, but it's on Tubi for free. And you can follow Gerald's Hands at geraldshands.com. You can follow me at nazpanky.com, which is NAZPANKEY.com. And my social media handles on Facebook is nazpanky, as well as on Instagram.
Well, thank you. And I appreciate you. And I can't wait to have you back.
Thank you so much.
You have a good night.
You too.
Bye bye.